I'm just going to record this for anyone that couldn't get in. So hopefully. Okay, perfect. Okay, so are you still using Beachbody On Demand? Did you get?
I haven't started using it. I've just been using the DVDs.
Okay, so you should still have some time on your Beachbody On Demand free trial, or maybe did you even access that yet?
I went to the website, but I'm not 100% sure if I actually set it up, because I was kind of thinking it would be nice to start it in January.
Yeah.
All right, here comes my foreign exchange student. Is there a way to mute? I'm sorry, I won't be able to communicate anymore. I'm just going to be listening.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Yes, there is. Down at the bottom, you should see a mute button.
Okay, I don't see it. I see a little pencil. Oh, here we go.
Can you see that? Perfect.
All right, I got it on mute now. Thanks.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so when you do access your Team Beachbody, Beachbody On Demand, it means that you're a club member. So there's a few really awesome features with that, and one is a meal planner. So when you log into your Team Beachbody account, just using your email address and your password that you set up when you first purchased, you can now come to this site and have all the sort of extras that this site offers. And one of them is Beachbody On Demand. So when you get that set up, you can access all of your DVDs, like everything that you're watching on DVD, you can access that here. So I think that you got the 21-day fix. I'm pretty sure you've got the 21-day fix, Lorianne. So for your 30-day trial, you'd be able to access all of those workouts on demand. So you can hook up your On Demand through an app on Netflix, or you can use your Wii, anywhere that you can get Wi-Fi, you can hook this up. So that's kind of a cool feature to get your workouts. But what's even better than that is going to the member library and accessing some of the really awesome free stuff that's on there. So if you like yoga, there's a couple yoga programs that you can check out. There's tons of different workouts. So some of the older programs and not so older programs, some programs that they've just added. So 21-day fix extreme, T25, hammer and chisel. These are all pretty new programs that are on Beachbody On Demand for free. One of my most favorite things, though, is the Fix8 cooking show. So this is a cooking show that Autumn and her brother, who happens to be a chef, have put together. So they come on live once a week with different recipes and little short clips, little short videos of how to make them. So that's really neat. There's tons of different recipes on here that are quite good. But my favorite part of this is called the foundational videos. So if you click that little arrow, you can see Autumn sort of explaining the containers. She does a really awesome pantry raid, which I found really informative. She goes through, normal things that you would have in your pantry that probably aren't the best for you, and just what you can replace them with. So for baking and things like that. And she also has 2 shows on meal prepping, which are amazing. So those are 2 really awesome, or actually 4 really awesome things to check out on the Fix8 program. And it looks like these were just added today. So a tomato soup and a bean and sausage stew, which will all be Fix approved, which is pretty cool. So those are the really neat things about Beachbody On Demand. The one last thing that I love, Beachbody On Demand, they have a program match. So if it came to a time that you were sort of tired of doing the 21-day fix and you decided to maybe have a membership with Beachbody On Demand, so if they have an all access pass, which you've probably heard me talking about, and it's $99 and you get a year's membership to Beachbody On Demand. And that gives you access to every single thing that we have. So every single program that Beachbody has ever made, plus anything that they come out with in 2017. So that's awesome and all, but it does actually open up like this plethora of programs, like a ton of different programs, which can sometimes get confusing. You want to know what you would choose, what's going to suit your body type, what's going to get you to your goals. So first of all, you can always ask me to help you with that, but they also have something called the program match. So you can go in and literally specifically set your goals. You know, you want to lose weight, you want to, you know, you like yoga, you like dancing, cardio, strength training, whatever. And then you put in the time frame that you would want to do, and as well as your current fitness level. And then it will actually, and then your weight and all that stuff. And it'll actually give you 3 or 4 different programs that would suit your goals really, really well. So that's something that's really cool about Beachbody On Demand as well. So that's kind of covers Beachbody On Demand. Now I want to go back to just the basic Team Beachbody website. And this is where you can find a whole bunch of different fitness and nutrition tools. And they're all free for you when you're a club member. So when you use that 30-day free trial, it would all be here for you to use. So there's lots of different fitness articles, and the trainers have done articles and different things like that. There's workout sheets that you can access. So if you need to download, tally sheets, some of the programs, you want to keep track of the weights that you're lifting and all that kind of stuff. So that's all there. But my favorite tab is the Eat Smart tab, because that's where most of us struggle, right? So there's tons of recipes, Shakeology recipes, nutrition tools, all of that kind of stuff. But the coolest feature is the meal planner. So you can go in here and literally make up your whole meal plan, and you can specify a lot of stuff in here. And sometimes my internet's slow when I have Zoom going, so I hope this will work. But you can specify what program you're doing, what your goals are, how many times you're exercising a day. You can be, if you're vegetarian, whatever, you submit all of that, and it will bring you up a whole week's worth of meal plans, literally the recipes and everything. And you can get them Fix approved, so they fit in with the Fix8 nutrition plan. You can self-select your meal plan. You can go low carb for an active lifestyle, vegetarian, like I said before, and you can customize everything. So let's just go here, balanced. Here, let's go choose a plan. I'm going to choose like a balanced slim down, and I'm going to select customize. So now I can choose how many calories I want. So you would know that from your Fix8 plan. And yeah, I'll include Shakeology. And then all of a sudden it's going to come up with all these recipes that you can use every single day, a whole meal plan. So it makes it really, really super simple. So that's a really cool feature with the club membership that you'll have free, and tons and tons and tons and tons of recipes. It's such a cool source for recipes. And of course, they're all Fix approved. They've got the container counts there. I share a lot of them in our challenge groups, but this is just where they all are housed. You can find them on the Team Beachbody website. So that kind of covers that. I really wanted to go over that a little bit. And I don't know if you have, there's someone else hi Mila, how are you? I can see your name. So do you guys have you can actually use the chat box if you have any questions that you wanted to ask me. I kind of really wanted to go over the website so you can see that. And I maybe will just touch on the Health Bet rules again as well. So you both are wanting to qualify for the Health Bet. So what we need is to make sure that you're logging in the app, which I think you both have done. I've seen it today. But so 5 times a week for the 4 weeks, you need to log your Shakeology, and it has to be a picture of Shakeology. It doesn't have to have you in it necessarily, but it has to be like a cup or blender cup or something of Shakeology. Your cup can't be empty, and you don't want to tamper with the pictures at all that much. So you don't want to put any filters on them or any words on them or anything like that. They just want really like clean pictures. I do think you can use the filters in the app, but that's it. Don't pre-filter them before you post them. So you have to do 5 Shakeology pictures a week for the 4 weeks. And then you need to log 3 workouts, and 3 workouts a week for the 4 weeks. And they can be anything. They can literally be a walk. They can be your 21-day fix or core de force or whatever you're doing, whatever program you're doing. It doesn't matter what workout it is. You can choose anything you want. So I wanted to make sure we go through those rules so everyone is really clear on those, because I don't want anyone to get to the end and not qualify just for some really simple mistakes. And I'm going to try and keep on top of it. I'll go check your profiles and make sure that you've got enough, but there's a lot of people in our group, so that might get a little bit overwhelming for me to try and keep track of. I want you to know that my door is always open. So if you're having any challenges, you know, keeping motivated, or you're having trouble figuring out a meal plan, like, just reach out to me. You both know that from our last challenge, I try and reach out at least once a week. My goal is twice a week, but that doesn't always happen. So I'm always trying to check in with you, but if you're needing me for anything, please message me and I'll help you with whatever I can. I don't know if you guys have any questions. You can hop on and ask me anything if you've got some specific questions about meal planning or workouts or anything like that. That's what I'm here for tonight, is just to kind of make this a fun, comfortable month for us all. And you can use the chat box too. You can just type in your question if you have anything. You guys, I think, are pros anyways. You've been doing this now for a little bit, so I know that you're pretty good with this. I'll maybe kind of just go over some meal planning tips that have always really helped me. And I know that's always the hardest thing. Meal planning is always the part that stumps everybody, and of course me as well. If I don't have things planned out, it is just a terrible situation. So for me, simple is always the best. I always have people sort of feel like they need to make different meals all the time, like have a different breakfast, different lunch, different supper all week long. And I just think that's kind of crazy. I feel like if you just keep things as simple as possible, you're going to have success a lot faster. Now, saying that, I'm the type of person that can really just eat the same thing over and over and over again. So it's really easy for me to do that. But something that I've found that's worked for a lot of people is maybe choosing 4 or 5 nights a week that you're going to make something different. That on Sunday, you might sit down with a recipe book or the meal planner tool and pick 5 different recipes you want to make for dinner. Make sure you maybe double the recipe up so you can use that for lunch. So you're doing really double duty. And then the rest of the stuff, just pick a couple different things and repeat it over the course of that week. So for example, my breakfast is just always the same. It just always is. I really like to eat my breakfast. Lots of people use Shakeology as breakfast, and that's awesome. Like, Shakeology is an easy, quick meal. Get it out of the way fast in the morning. I really like my oatmeal and my eggs in the morning. I'm like this creature of habit. So that is just my breakfast all the time. I never even think about changing that up. And then my snacks, I keep really simple too. One of my snacks is always Shakeology in the afternoon. That's when I feel like having a snack. Or that's when I feel like I need a treat, like a chocolate something. So I always have that in the afternoon. And my morning snack is always just really boring. I always have, every Sunday, I hard boil about 18 eggs. So they're always in the fridge. And my daughter grabs them, my husband grabs them. They're just always there for us to grab. And it's a really simple snack for all of us. So in the morning, I usually just have cut up some vegetables on Sunday, raw vegetables that are in the fridge in the crisper. So I'll put some vegetables on the plate and a couple hard-boiled eggs, and there's a red container and a green container of veggies for my morning snack. Lunch is often just leftovers of the dinner before, because I've always sort of thought about that. And it keeps your whole week really simple if you just decide on Sunday and do a few things to make it easier. So, washing up your fruit, hard boiling some eggs, cutting up your vegetables that you can cut up. And then you can use those for so many different things. Another thing I always do is either brown some ground turkey. So I'll take 2 pounds of ground turkey and I'll brown it all up. I'll put some spices in it, some Mrs. Dash or some salt-free spices. I'll get my container, my red container out, and I'll portion out that meat, put it in a Ziploc, and put it in the freezer. So I might have like 10 little baggies of ground turkey ready to go in the freezer. So I can easily make, I often make this, I take like that Super 7 kale salad or a broccoli slaw or just stir fry vegetables. I throw those in a frying pan with my frozen bag of ground turkey, throw it all in a frying pan. Maybe I'll add some hot sauce or balsamic vinegar and quickly saute it up. And that can be lunch made in like 10 minutes. When I used to work, I would make that for supper sometimes, and I would make double and take half of it and just warm it up in the microwave. And it was really good, quick lunch. And it was a red and a green, like it was a really simple thing. So I always have ground turkey in my fridge, or I have, I'll do a whole bunch of chicken breasts on Sunday. And my favorite way to do chicken breasts is just throw them all in a crock pot, and you can cover it with, some low sodium chicken broth. I've done mustard in there before, just water, anything. Have them cooking on low all day on Sunday. And then when they come out, they're so moist, and I just take 2 forks and kind of shred them. And then again, I take my red container, I fill it up, and then I throw it into a Ziploc bag and have it frozen, portioned out in my freezer. So it's not going to go bad. You're not going to be eating like 7-8 day old chicken. It's going to be frozen. But I mean, it's such a little portion that it quickly can be sauteed up. With the chicken, I'll thaw it and put it on salad. I'll do lots of vegetables and lettuce and have a couple green containers worth of vegetables and lettuce, throw the chicken on. Another thing I make usually every other Sunday is the balsamic dressing that's in our nutrition guide. So the Fix approved balsamic dressing, I just have it in a container in the fridge, and I will use that as my dressing on a salad, but I'll also use that on vegetables if I want to roast vegetables, or even if I've steamed vegetables and I just want to add some flavor to them. So I always have some of that made. So those are the kind of things that I do on Sundays to make the week a lot easier. When I was working full time, I would even do, little mason jars of overnight oats. So my oatmeal was ready. I do like my oatmeal hot, so I would just throw it in the microwave for a minute and it would be all ready to go. So those are some tips just for meal planning. I hope those help a little bit, because I know that's always the hard part for everybody, is sticking to that meal plan. Workouts, everyone asks me what time is best to do your workout. There's no time. It's just when you are going to be able to do them. When is the best time for you to actually get them done? For me, that's early in the morning, get it out of the way. If I leave it, I end up not doing it or not really feeling motivated to do it. If you're a late night workout person, then that's awesome. That's your time, and you should stick with that time, because that's what works for you. There's no right or wrong time. There's no perfect thing to eat before or after exercise, unless you're like really building muscle and, lifting heavy weights. There's no reason for any of us to be doing protein shakes after our workouts or anything like that, because we're not moving our muscles and putting little tears in them like you would if you were lifting extremely heavy weights. And that's why you would use a protein shake. That's why you often hear like protein shake after you exercise. That's not necessary unless you are really lifting heavy weights. And we're not doing that in the 21-day fix, so we don't have to worry about that. So do what you need to do. I work out early in the morning, and I work out fasted. So that means I work out on an empty stomach. I only do that because I'm fine to do that. Like it doesn't bother me at all. A lot of people feel kind of queasy and lightheaded. So if that's you, if you found that this morning when you worked out, maybe for the first time, some people listening to the call later might feel like that. You know, I often have that in the first week. People say, oh, I felt nauseous and I couldn't get through my workout. Have half a banana and try and get like a good carbohydrate, some sugar going on in there just to give you a little bit of substance before you do your workout. You might be sore after your first week of doing workouts, and sore is good. Sore is not bad unless you're in pain. You know, sore muscles, you're just using muscles that you haven't used probably in a long time. If you're starting a new program, you could possibly gain some weight the first week. That's very normal. What happens is when you start moving muscles that haven't been moved in a long time, they start taking on water. They keep water. So after everything levels out, you will definitely lose weight. If you follow this plan, you will lose weight, especially the nutrition part. You know, people can work out every day, all day, and still not lose weight if they're not following the nutrition. So that's really the most important part. Anyways, I hope these tips have kind of helped you, and they'll help you throughout this month. And I'm probably going to do one of these maybe once a week for our challenge, just to check in with everybody. So you can always ask me questions, but know that I'm always here. My door is always open, and I'm so proud of you guys for, you know, committing to this, and we're going to get through the month, and we're all going to win some money or earn some money at the end of it, which is kind of cool. But most importantly, we're going to get to our goals together. So I started my plan 2 days ago, and I'm staying strong. My food's been on par, even though I'm the huge emotional eater. I got through yesterday and today, so I'm pretty proud of myself too. Anyways, I hope this has helped, guys, and I'm going to click stop, and I hope you guys have a good night.